Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn says Jermall Charlo is not a champion, he's a fake champion. The real champion is still Saul Canelo Alvarez. Jermall Charlo was gifted a title. Stay tuned, coming up next.
Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn says Jermall Charlo was gifted a title, gifted a belt, says he's not a real champion, he's actually a fake champion. The real champion is Saul Canelo Alvarez, and Jermall Charlo can't be happy or feel good about himself for being upgraded and rewarded for not doing anything. Wow. So Eddie Hearn is claiming that Jermall Charlo is not the real champion. Jermall Charlo wasn't happy with this situation. If you've been living under a rock, Saul Canelo Alvarez, last weekend, Mexican superstar middleweight unified champion, was elevated to WBC franchise champion last weekend, 2 weekends ago, should I say. And Jermall Charlo was elevated to the regular champion. Jermall Charlo was Saul Canelo Alvarez's mandatory challenger for the WBC title. Canelo Alvarez opted out to not fight Jermall Charlo. He refused to fight Jermall Charlo. So with that said, the WBC didn't want to lose either guy, so they elevated Saul Canelo Alvarez to franchise champion, which never existed, and they elevated Jermall Charlo. They just replaced Canelo Alvarez with Jermall Charlo, so they didn't actually fight for Jermall Charlo to get the title. This is something Jermall Charlo was not happy about as well. He said, I did interviews, I put the interview out there, go check it out. He said when he heard the news, he was like, where's Jermall Charlo? Where's Saul Canelo Alvarez? This is what Jermall Charlo said. He said, where's Canelo? How did he just get elevated? How did he just get upgraded? And then I'm just the champion now. You know, we should have fought for it. So this is something Jermall Charlo was not happy about himself. You know, but Eddie Hearn claiming that he's not a real champion. Eddie Hearn also needs to look at his own backyard as well, because you have a guy in Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade who I like. He's undefeated, 28-0, 17 knockouts. He just beat Selecki the same night Jermall Charlo fought Brandon Adams. He defended his title. But the thing about this is Demetrius Andrade didn't beat Billy Joe Saunders for the title, right? He beat Walter Kandawaka, or whatever his name is, right? Kutan Dukawa. I can't even pronounce his name, right? Because Billy Joe Saunders failed a drug test, a VACATED testing, so he was Billy Joe Saunders was removed out of the equation. So he had to face an interim guy, a stepping guy. So he fought a guy who was relatively unknown. And that's how he became the WBO middleweight champion. But Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade did not actually win the title, you know, from Billy Joe Saunders. He was gifted in that position as well. Now, did he have a fight? Yes, he fought, like I said, he fought Walter Kandawaka, or whatever his name is. I can't pronounce his last name, right? With that said, you know, pardon my dog in the back. With that said, you know, he was gifted a belt. So we could say that Walter was 17-0. So Brandon Adams, who Jermall Charlo just fought, is a far more known commodity than so you know, Brandon Adams is far more known than Walter was. Nobody knew who Walter was. At least Brandon Adams fought for the contender. He won the contender. So with that said, you know, let's say Jermall Charlo fought Brandon Adams for that spot, a vacant WBC spot. We could look at it that way. And just like Demetrius Andrade fought Walter K, you know, for the WBO spot, right? So Brandon Adams is a far more known commodity than Walter K is, right? So let's say, let's look at it from that perspective. Jermall Charlo fought Brandon Adams for the vacant WBC title that Canelo Alvarez vacated, right? And Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade fought Walter Kankui, or whatever his name is, right? So and then we should look at it this way. If he's not a real champion, Eddie Hearn, then why don't you look to make Demetrius Andrade versus Jermall Charlo? How about that? If Jermall Charlo's not a real champion, he shouldn't be happy with himself for being a champion. He was gifted a title. So then guess what? Put Demetrius Andrade with him and take an easy belt. It should just be that simple. Point blank and period. Why wait? Make the day. So if you don't feel like Jermall Charlo's a real champion and you was looking to fight SAUL CANELO ALVAREZ for the title, not for money, not for publicity, right? Not for the mega fight, but you was looking to fight SAUL CANELO ALVAREZ to capture that belt, right? The WBC belt that he no longer has. So now why look to fight him? If you feel like Jermall Charlo was a cherry pick and he was gifted a belt, then why not just face Jermall Charlo and get the belt? Just put your fighter, Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, in the same weight class with Jermall Charlo and make it happen. Just that simple. Point blank and period, right? But we know what it is, right? They're chasing the big fight. They're chasing the lucrative fight, the big money fight, okay? So this is no knock against Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, but it just is what it is. You know, so Eddie Hearn claiming that Jermall Charlo is not a real champion is utterly ridiculous, because you can look in his own backyard and say Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade is not a real champion because he didn't beat Billy Joe Saunders for that WBO middleweight strap. You understand? He beat a guy that nobody knew who he was, who was 17-0. At least Brandon Adams was a far more known commodity than Walter Conco. So, Eddie, if you don't feel like Jermall Charlo is worthy of being the WBC champion, put your fighter, the WBO middleweight champion, Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, in with Jermall Charlo. Contact him ASAP. Make the fight. Don't wait, make the date. Go capture that easy belt. He's not a real champion. Make it happen. And there's a storyline. There's a history between Jermall Charlo and Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. So it's easy to sell. It's a big fight. Make it happen. But we know what it is, right? But that's all I got for y'all, man. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Blue Blood Sport TV, baby, from the